Jeremiah 16-18. The word of Yahweh came to me, saying, You shall not take a wife, neither shall you have sons or daughters in this place. For this is what Yahweh says concerning the sons and concerning the daughters who are born in this place, and concerning their mothers who bore them, and their fathers who became their fathers in this land. They will die grievous deaths. They will not be lamented, neither will they be buried. They will be as dung on the surface of the ground. They will be consumed by the sword and famine. Their bodies will be food for the birds of the sky and the animals of the earth. This is what Yahweh says. Do not enter into the house of mourning. Do not go to lament. Do not bemoan them. For I have taken away my shalom from this place, says Yahweh. Even loving kindness and tender mercies, both great and small, will die in this land. They will be buried. Men will not lament for them, cut themselves or make themselves bald for them. Men will not break bread for them in mourning to comfort them and for the dead. Men will not give the cup of consolation to drink for their father or for their mother. You shall not go into the house of feasting to sit with them, to eat and to drink. For this is what Adonai Sabaoth, the God of Israel, says, Behold, I will cease out of this place before your eyes, and in your days the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride. And it will happen, when you tell this people all these words, and they ask you, Why has Yahweh pronounced all this great evil against us? Or, what is our iniquity? Or, what is our sin that we have committed against Yahweh our God? Then you shall tell them, Because your fathers have forsaken me, says Yahweh, and have walked after other gods, have served them, have worshipped them, have forsaken me, and have not kept my Torah. You have done evil more than your fathers, for behold, you each walk after the stubbornness of their evil heart, so that you do not listen to me. Therefore I will cast you out of this land into the land which you have not known, neither you nor your fathers. There you will serve other gods day and night, for I will show you no favor. Therefore, behold, the days come, says Yahweh, that it will no more be said, As Yahweh lives, who brought up the sons of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but as Yahweh lives, who brought up the sons of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the countries where he had driven them. I will bring them again into their land that I gave to their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishermen, says Yahweh, and they will fish them up. Afterwards I will send for many hunters, and they will hunt them for every cleft of the rock. For my eyes are on all their ways. They are not hidden from my face. Their iniquity is not concealed from my eyes. First, I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have polluted my land with the carcasses of the detestable things, and have filled my inheritance with their abominations. Yahweh is my strength and my stronghold, my refuge in the day of affliction. The nations will come to you from the ends of the earth, and will say, Our fathers have inherited nothing but lies, vanity, and things in which there is no profit. Should a man make to himself gods which yet are no gods? Therefore, behold, I will cause them to know this once. I will cause them to know my hand and my might. Then they will know that my name is Yahweh. The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron and with a point of a diamond. It is engraved on the tablet of their heart and on the horns of your altar. Even their children remember their altars and their Asherah poles. By the green trees of the high hills, my mountains in the field, I will give you substance and all your treasures for a plunder, and your high places, because of sin throughout all your borders. You, even yourself, will discontinue from your heritage that I give you. I will cause you to serve your enemies in the land which you do not know, for you have kindled a fire in my anger which will burn forever. This is what Yahweh says. Cursed is the man who trusts in man, relies on strength of flesh, and whose heart departs from Yahweh. He will be like a bush in the desert, and will not see when good comes, but will inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, and an uninhabited salt land. Blessed is the man who trusts in Yahweh, and whose confidence is in Yahweh. For he will be a tree planted by the waters, who spreads out its roots by the river, and will not fear when heat comes, but its leaf will be green, and will not be concerned in the year of drought. It will not cease from yielding fruit. The heart is deceitful above all things, and it is exceedingly corrupt. Who can know it? I, Yahweh, search the heart. I try the inward parts, even to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruit of his doings. As the partridge that sits on eggs, which she has not laid, so he who gets riches and not by right, in the middle of his days they will leave him. At his end he will be a fool. A glorious throne set on high from the beginning is the place of our sanctuary. Yahweh, the hope of Israel. All who forsake you will be disappointed. Those who depart from me will be written on the earth, because they have forsaken Yahweh, the springs of the living waters. Heal me, Yahweh, and I will be healed. Save me, and I will be saved, for you are my praise. Behold, they ask me, where is the word of Yahweh? Let it be fulfilled now. As for me, I have not hurried from being shepherd after you. I have not desired a wholesome day, you know. That you came out of my lips was before your face. Do not be a terror to me. You are my refuge in the day of evil. Let them be disappointed who persecute me. But let me not be disappointed. Let them be dismayed, but do not let me be dismayed. Bring on them the day of evil, and destroy them with double destruction. This is what Yahweh said, this to me. Go, and stand in the gate of the children of the people, through which the kings of Judah come in, and by which they go out. And all the gates of Jerusalem tell them, hear the word of Yahweh. You kings of Judah, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, that enter in by these gates, this is what Yahweh says, be careful, and bear no burden on the Shabbat day, nor bring it in by the gates of Jerusalem. Do not carry a burden out of your houses on the Shabbat day. Do not do any work. Do not make the Shabbat, but make the Shabbat day holy, as I commanded your fathers. But they did not listen. They did not turn their ear, but made their necks stiff, that they might not hear and might not receive instruction. It will happen if you diligently listen to me, says Yahweh, to bring in no burden through the gates of this city on the Shabbat day, but to make the Shabbat day holy, to do no work therein. Then there will enter in by the gates of the city kings and princes, sitting on the thrones of David, riding in chariots on horses, and they and their princes, the men of Judah, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And this city will remain forever. And they will come from the cities of Judah, and from the places around Jerusalem, from the land of Benjamin, from the lowland, from the hill country, and from the south, bringing burnt offerings, sacrifices, grain offerings, and frankincense, and bringing sacrifices of thanksgiving to the house of Yahweh. But if you will not listen to me to make the Shabbat day holy, and not to bear a burden and enter in the gates of Jerusalem on Shabbat day, then I will kindle fire in its gates, and it will devour the palaces of Jerusalem. It will not be quenched. The word which came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, Arise, and go down to the potter's house, and there I will cause you to hear my words. Then I went to the potter's house, and behold, he was making something on the wheels. When the vessel that he had made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter, he remade it into another vessel, as seemed good to the potter to make it. Then the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, House of Israel, can I not do with you as this potter, says Yahweh? Behold, as the clay in the potter's hand, so are you in my hand, house of Israel. At the instance I speak concerning a nation, and concerning a kingdom, to pluck up and to break down and to destroy it. If that nation concerning which I have spoken evil that I thought to do to them, at the instant I speak concerning a nation, and concerning a kingdom, to build and to plant it, if they do that which is evil in my sight, that they not obey my voice, then I will repent of the good with which I said I would benefit them. Now therefore, speak to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, saying, This is what Yahweh says. Behold, I frame evil against you, and devise a plan against you. Everyone return from his evil way now, and amend your ways and your doings. But they said, It is in vain, for we will walk after our own plans, and we will each follow the stubbornness of his evil heart. Therefore Yahweh says, Ask now among the nations, who has heard such things? The Virgin of Israel has done a very horrible thing. Will the snow of Lebanon fall from the rock of the field? Will the cold waters that flow down from afar be dried up? For my people have forgotten me. They have burned incense to false gods. They have made a stubble in their ways, in the ancient paths, to walk in byways, in a way not built up, to make their land an astonishment, a perpetual hissing. Everyone who passes by it will be astonished and shake his head. I will scatter them as with an east wind before the enemy. I will show them the back and not the face in the day of their calamity. Then they said, Come, let us devise plans against Jeremiah, for Torah will not perish from the Kohen, nor counsel from the wise, nor the word from the prophet. Come, and let us strike him with the tongue, and let us not give heed to any of his words. Give heed to me, Yahweh, and listen to the voice of those who contend with me. Should evil be recompensed for good? For they have dug a pit for my soul. Remember how I stood before you to speak good for them, to turn away your wrath from them. Therefore deliver up their children to the famine, and give them over to the power of the sword. Let their wives become childless and widows. Let their men be killed, and their young men be struck by the sword in battle. Let a cry be heard from their houses when you bring troop suddenly on them. For they dug a pit to take me, and hidden snares for my feet. Yet Yahweh, you know all their counsel against me to kill me. Do not forgive their iniquity. Do not blot out their sin from your sight. Let them be overthrown before you. Deal with them in the time of your anger.